Hello and welcome to another update video about XDC, which is now heading into its correction. We already talked about that in the last video. I think in the last video we were either just here in this B wave or here. Yeah, so either way we were already below the trend line. We had broken below the trend line. I remember when we talked about this trend line before, and I highlighted that this wave one, a first signal that we are starting to move to the downside, would be a break below the ascending trend line. Also, obviously paying attention to the 10-cent psychological and structural resistance. Was it actually structurally? I can't remember. Yeah, so there was a lot of previous resistance around the 10-cent level, not only psychologically but also structurally, and therefore it is always difficult to get above such a level. Now we've seen already nearly a 40% decline since then, and I've got the relevant support levels here on the chart, so we can give potential further upside another chance, but I think it's going to go down lower. Obviously, the move down looks corrective at the moment, but we know how it is with these altcoins. Sometimes the corrections just take much longer than you would expect, and they often break. Yeah, support levels often break because these coins are very much dependent on sentiment, and there are just too many of them. And it's just what it is with altcoins. That is why I try to keep exposure to many of these altcoins rather small. However, we at what level the setup breaks. So it is currently a potential 1-2 setup. So the wave 2 is not going to work out anymore with a high likelihood if price breaks below 3.7 cents. Until then, we can pay attention to the relevant Fibonacci levels. Here, we've got the 38.2 Fib level, which I only add here for info. Sometimes a wave 2 finishes where the previous wave 4 finished, and that is basically here at around 5.8 cents. You know, I wouldn't do much here without clear signals that things are turning around already. What you typically see is that a wave 2 would at least go down to the 50% retracement level, and that is 5.1 cents, possibly even lower, and below 3.7. I think we are heading to new lows, because then it topped in a 3-wave structure, unfortunately. Yeah, but we can give it a chance. And this is now the support area. Now it's coming down now in what you could consider potentially a descending wedge pattern. So that's worth paying attention to, but that doesn't mean it has to break to the upside. They frequently break to the downside as well, especially in bear markets. It's just something to pay attention to. What we can also do is we can take the... One second, just want to check something. Yeah, we can take the Fibonacci extension target. So we can take the length of the A wave, go to the high of the B wave, and then the C wave target to the downside. Yeah, we've got a few targets. The first one is the 1.1 or 1-to-1 extension, the 100% extension, 1-to-1 ratio, 5.3 cents. And that is not a super reliable level, but it's a level to watch, a level of interest. Then we've got the 50% Fib level at 5.1, and then the golden ratio at 4.4, and the 1.618 extension at 4.08 cents. These are all levels to watch, I think, when we come down here, where we could see potentially a reaction. If I was to add a micro count to this chart, then it would be related here probably to an ending diagonal pattern, right? So we would be looking for an ending diagonal in the C wave, and let's say we had a 1 here, a wave 2. Maybe this was already the wave 3. Yeah, maybe the wave 4 already, and the wave 5 still to follow, but these can always extend out, these diagonals. I'd rather say that the third wave is still in the making. I'd rather forecast a little lower, and that we had just here an A wave, a B wave, and this is now a C wave in the third wave. But we'll see. I would expect this to break to the downside, but we'll see. If we see any kind of reaction to the upside, which we're not doing at the moment, then we have to adjust. But this is generally the support area where, if you're looking for upside setups, then this is the area where you need to be watching. But as I said, typically from experience, most wave 2s go to at least the 50% Fib level, and that's in this case 5.1 cents. That's my update about XDC. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.